Yo, man, listen. I say this every week, man. This show, this family that I have, these two brothers that I sit next to in real time, you know, it's special moments that you have, right? When you doing this thing that we call now the entertainment world for real. So when we come on and we talk about whether it's the dream teams with the NFL segment with my man Bills and Knox, whether it's me coming at you with EDUB After Dark, look, ENT relationship show, Kagi Kira's connections, Keisha's passion for fashion. Listen, I keep telling you, I'm gonna keep spinning the block until one of these blocks give me everything. So that being said, man, you already see me, Total Fine Entertainment. I'm your boy E-Dubs. I'm always after dark. I'm in association with PIW. That's my man Bills. My man Knox, who couldn't be with us today, but Knox, you already know we love you. You already know. Always best care with Dr. Brian Green. Best seeing living in the community. We also got Create Creations, best food in the city you can get. So all that being said, man, I'll be remiss to not mention this guy with total humbleness, because we had an interview about, maybe it was about a year, almost. Y'all see him sitting next to me, my man, Ambassador B.A.A.S. Y'all already know. Richard Allen's on. We appreciate you, bro, coming back to the show.
Appreciate y'all having me, man. Real talk.
Listen, so we're going to catch up, but I'll be remiss not to give he's on my left, but my right-hand man, let him spin the block with his schmill. Y'all already know what he's doing, but I'm going to let y'all tell him himself. So Bills, let him know what's going on.
Man, what's up, man? You know what it is, man. Bills. Representing, putting in work, entertainment, you know what I mean? PIW, shout out to the team. Knox, Matt, Cino, you know what I mean? And yo, we just had a show down
fire.
Connecticut.
Fire.
Shout out to B.A.A.S. For the invite. It was the Spread Love reunion.
That was dope.
Seen that.
The Spread Love movement reunion. Sorry about that. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely love down there. Hip hop brothers is up there killing that shit. You know what I mean? It was a good vibe. It was good drunk.
That's dope.
I seen the footage.
We working. So listen, they still outside, man.
We in the kitchen.
Y'all already know. Tell them
it's coming. You know what I mean?
they coming back with somebody. And I told you, I'm waiting for another blender thrower, because we got some things to talk about. Because you know we got the Dream Teams NFL segment. This one gonna be crazy because Dallas might be on one this year. Y'all see what's happening out there, but that's a whole nother time, whole nother thing, man. But listen, I gotta get right into my brother right here, man. To salute y'all guys, man, and I say this to you all the time, B.A.A.S., when we talk, man, like, you know, just the things you're doing out here in our community. I see the way you and your brothers is moving. Salute to Section 8, man. I see your movement. I know how close you are, too.
Section 8.
Yeah, my brother. So, I mean, like, listen, let your fans know where they can reach you at, talk to them, and then we're going to talk about some of these things that you wanted to talk about.
Well, pretty much like I always tell people, which is more easier, you definitely can Google me, Ambassador RMG. That's Ambassador RMG. You put that in your Google search. All my stuff come on my Instagram, whatever. You know, you can find me that way. It's just that much easier. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
Because then you be running down B. This and all. It's like, what? You know what I mean? And you wind it back. What do you say? No, this Google Ambassador RMG. Everything will show up. My Bandcamp, where you can purchase my music. My Instagram, my Facebook, and so forth. So
come on, man. You talking about so forth. Look at his outfit. He got a whole movement, y'all. This nigga's a whole brand.
It's just a prop. This is a prop right here. So I just wanted to see how the sweatsuit would look. You know what I mean?
That's dope. That's fire.
Set design yet, but I just wanted, you know what I mean?
Y'all see the varsity jacket? Don't let him hide that.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing's crazy. He being modest, y'all, but that's who he is. And I appreciate that, man. But no, listen, we thank you, man, humbly, man, because like I said, in this community, and we talked about it in the green room, right? Like, you know, when we sit down as men and we had these conversations about our brands, trying to hedgehog that into a family, right? Because we all got the same energy. We all want the same thing. We want to see our culture based that we have in our own different entities, but we all want that to make sense for everybody to win. So, man, listen, I got to get right into it, bro. Listen, so you know I know, but a lot of people, a lot of your fans don't know. What was it like growing up in Richard Allen Projects, bro? What was that like?
Good question. wasn't easy, man. So I was raised in Rich Island Projects. Was born uptown.
Okay.
Einstein Hospital. Got down there probably like 4 or 5 years old. Remember getting down there, you know what I'm saying? My mom happened to stay with one of her sisters. And then from there we got our own place, and it just was like that part right there, just in the beginning, just trying to adapt to that environment.
Right.
Kids want to fight, they bad, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not used to that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Trying to fight you all the time, everything is rough. Single parent home, it's my mom. It was tough, man, seeing the things that I saw at a fast pace, you know what I'm saying, at a fast rate.
Yeah.
You know, but things was, I'm gonna say, a bit more conservative back then.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't really see drugs being sold.
Yeah.
Corners, like
Right.
everything was like inside, stuff like that. So you saw that, but you knew it was a struggle. I mean, food stamps. You know what I mean?
At one point, we thought that was regular money, bro.
The free food line. You know what I'm saying? When your mom,
Yeah.
you got to stand in line, you're getting the blocks of cheese and
Yeah,
all that
facts.
stuff. Barn, whatever, rice, whatever off the neighbors. Your mom see you down there, Xmas sauce. All them things was normalized.
No, it was.
But when I look at it now, you know what I'm saying, from outside looking, I'm like, yo, it was a struggle.
Yeah.
It really was a struggle. Now, you know what I'm saying? My mom taught us some really good activities inside the home as far as cleaning and cooking and things of that nature that really stuck with us. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to my mom, man. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
She really,
That's dope.
she really did her thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Although she was single parent, you know what I'm saying? She
Yeah.
was a woman trying to raise a
Yeah.
boy to a man.
Yeah.
When I turned 14, you know what I mean? That's when it started, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she couldn't teach me how to be a man.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But she did her thing though.
No, she
You know what I
did.
mean?
Yeah. Look where you are now.
Yeah, man. Even outside of all the mistakes that I made,
Yeah.
just the things that I do inside of a home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How to treat a woman, you know what I'm saying, that
that's-
wants to be treated right.
No, that's facts.
I know how to do that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All these things I got from my mom, man, you know what I'm saying?
And here's and that's super dope, because here's the thing with that, and people don't realize that if that went over your head, that becomes generational, right? Like, the more you connect your dots with your folks that come before you, you give them the love and the kudos and the flowers they deserve, God's going to bless you with that karma to be able to do that with your own. So now that trickles down. So that love is necessary, bro.
Absolutely.
So when you get it from your mom, because I was in the same situation, single mom, knowing that eventually once I hit the street became my pop.
Right.
My mom was my mom, and I knew it was certain things that I could and couldn't do.
Yeah.
But once it got to a point, I got to a certain age, it was like, I'm out here now.
Right.
So, but that was a struggle, because all my aunts live in the neighborhood too.
Absolutely.
So, my uncle was a cop. Yeah, so I'm only hit that part. So when you think about something,
you couldn't get away with nothing.
Yeah, but it was trying to get away with everything, and that's what I just say to say, like, understand what that looks like.
But back then, although you had that dynamic in your family, let's think about it. Miss So-and-so go down the street and she saw you.
Yeah.
The neighborhood was tighter.
Yeah, it was different.
It was
different.
Yeah, neighborhood was tighter.
I was talking to my white girl. She was like, I was talking about a village. She was like, village? I said, yeah, the village. I mean, not the villages no more.
Yeah.
They used to have them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we were just talking, but that subject was like, it came and went because you think about the reality of it, like I was saying, barring stuff down the street and all that.
Yeah.
So she see you, Mr. Marshall Michael whoop you and all
Yeah,
that.
that's a fact,
Tell your
bro.
mom nothing, you could know whooping for your mom. So
The families knew each
it
other.
went about
man.
cameras,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Security was a neighborhood.
That's a fact. That's
So,
a fact. But and I think that's why I say, like, and I'll let Bill touch on that a little bit. But when you come from a certain community, and I know how close he is with his brothers and his homies that he come over, they still play football every Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Which is dope, because like I said, man, those relationships, they grow over time. And because we've lived long enough to see it full circle, because now you got your own gang.
Right.
You feel me? So now it's like, damn, my mom get to see not only my generation, but now the generation below me. And like I said, that's a trickle down effect where everybody gets to feel, damn, my dad has a certain passion and way he carry himself, the way he move. And I always tell people the apple don't fall far from the tree.
No.
And whether or not they paying attention, but they get it because
Right.
it's consistently being shown.
Right.
And that's the best you can do because a lot of times your expectation is to at least want your kids to get to some type of independence.
Yeah.
Just be able to move out here without me always having
Right.
to support that situation. So what you think about that?
I mean, look, man, my daughter right now is living alone. You know what I mean? Well,
That's dope.
her and
Kudos to her, man.
yeah,
She's
her
a
and her
beautiful young
girlfriend,
lady.
you know what I mean? So, but she graduated from Albright. You know what I mean? But since then, she's been staying down there. Her and her girlfriend got an
That's
apartment.
Okay.
So you want to teach that because that's what we wanted from her. You know what I mean? Was to go down there and spread your wings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To be able to experience life.
Right.
You dig me? Because you always gonna want more for.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You dig me?
Yeah.
Always, man. But
Absolutely.
but like going off of B.A.S.S, what he was saying with the neighborhood at that time when we grew up, I think at that time all neighborhoods was
Like that.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
It was.
You know, families knew families. You know,
Yeah.
moms knew
Yeah.
moms, dad. You know, brothers,
Yeah.
whoever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was a lot more tighter.
Yeah.
And like you said, you did have to,
I mean,
you had to shake and bake. You know what I mean?
But the distractions,
So-
it's like the distractions back then. Just man.
and for y'all, it got to be
I mean,
different
the
because
temptations, man.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I mean, listen.
y'all seen it all because y'all
Middle
was.
school.
Yeah. No, yeah, for you.
No, listen. Middle school.
Yeah. For
Started flasher.
Yeah.
Guys coming to school. You know what I mean? We 13 or like some guys. They got money like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it was like back. Yeah.
They win.
Yeah. Bellies and the whole nine. Yeah.
And
The
Shirley.
bombers. Yeah.
Timbs.
You
And,
knew what was happening. You like, yeah. You got to do
You
little.
got to look a certain
The dinosaur
So-
that.
You want to look a certain way just off of that.
Right, we had a close knit neighborhood and all that, but like the distractions, like so,
Yeah.
and then growing up, man, unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
The money that was coming through there, man.
Yo, listen. Listen,
like
I'm
growing
living
up in that area, like
since day one.
you could have put me up West Oak Lane somewhere or Mount Airy. I'd probably been a different person. You know, I probably would played ball, went overseas and all that. Some
Facts on facts.
Rich out and that.
Yeah.
All them sections.
And you come up at the time you did.
Just seeing it, even if you don't see the drug sales,
Right.
you see the money, you see the flash, you see the cars, you see the jewelry, you see the women.
Yeah.
Always send you to the store, you know what I mean? $30, $40. Give you $20, yo, what you want? Go get me a hoagie, a soda, some chips. Keep the change.
Keep that.
The change like $15, $16, $14, bro.
Okay. Yeah, you
know
want
some
that. Hold on.
See, but that's where, I'm glad
Influence.
Yeah, I'm so
Go
glad.
downtown, go shopping for them and pay when you get back. You go downtown, you shop, they give you $300, give me such a good thing. You only paid $175. The juice, you got a bean left, then you and they give you $50.
Facts.
So I don't know, man.
And we lived in a different time, and that's
tough.
why I just say, like, and that's y'all coming.
You want parts?
Yeah.
You want parts?
No, let's talk.
You know what I'm saying? You want parts?
Yeah. I want that.
This is why that narrative versus the narrative that me and my boy in Section 8 we be trying to push is totally different from that narrative that we talk about now. Is because we didn't realize, even though, like I said, you see all that, you just probably go to school. There's a reason for that. You know what I mean? And they already made the choice already. It was a reason for that.
Yeah.
But they didn't school us. They didn't sit back and already school us. Why? This,
They ain't get technical with it. They just said stop it, but you looking at it like,
nigga,
for what? You know what I mean?
I see what you doing.
But they wanted us to go straight, but they ain't break it down. So now I'm trying to break it down.
That's dope.
I ain't just telling you, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna break it down to you. You know what I'm saying? I want to tell y'all out there, tell the young boys and all that out there, like, you know what I'm saying? What's gonna come out of that from experience? So sometimes,
and here's the thing, right? Like, and not to cut you off, but we've been there in real time. So it's crazy. That's why I said, like, being able to really catch those moments in real time, right, y'all? Because I can show you better than I can tell you, but just ain't that, and that ain't this.
Yeah.
You feel me? You got to know the difference. Because we know, we've been there, we've seen both sides of it. So that ain't even a track no more, bro. It's over here now.
Yeah.
And you need to have that look, but you got to use that energy in a way where it makes sense.
Exactly.
Because that route, that was for that time, and that time was bubbly. But we and this is what we tend to forget, y'all, and y'all will probably say the same thing. It was really a short run, but they knew what they was doing, and you still got, you understand what I'm saying? But for all of them, even with Joey, like everybody making moves this legal beagle because they know where it's, the money's right here.
Because the game, the real game is that way.
Facts.
The way that we, you know what I'm saying, the narrative we're trying to push, you know what I'm saying, get the education, learn how to do this X, Y, Z, because all the other cultures are already doing it.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying, in our culture, we don't even have our parents inside the household teaching these different things.
Right.
Teaching your kids about a bank account, teaching your kids about stocks and bonds and trades of that nature. Teaching your kids about how to work technology to benefit them. You don't want to work, you want to do technology, but use it the right way then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, how to set up businesses and all that, you know what I'm saying? Do different things. We don't think about that. And our household is more so like, you know, you get older, you graduate school, probably maybe you go to college, you get a job, boom, boom, you work, you retire. That ain't always got to be everybody.
Yeah,
set blueprint.
Yeah, and let's be real though. That's even with us, right? Like you have a dream, no matter what that looks like. If, like you said back there, if you're gonna make that dream come to fruition, you gotta push the envelope. You gotta keep going at that. So I think just going back to what the original question was, and what I always got out of you guys coming from Richard Allen, which was that grit. And it was some dudes that I looked at so differently because outside of having to be a hyena all the time in your own element, once we remove ourselves from that element, we get a place where it's a place of peace. Now we really having a conversation.
Yeah.
So now the conversation is completely different because there is no trust barrier. Once we walk through that door together, we already know what we on.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's where those conversations are different, and that's why I think coming from our community and the dudes that we was cutting with, it was just a different way of moving, and I still move that way to this day. I don't need to say a whole lot to do a whole lot, because again, I've seen it. It's been taught to me, but again, like you said, who's paying attention? Entrepreneurship, LLCs, real estate, all things you're doing already. So again, it's a product of your environment because you watch people the way they move.
Yeah.
Damn, if he could do that, and look, he gonna give me game, so I know about calling. I already know what he on.
Right, right.
We having that conversation, bro. I know what you're working with. Let's put that in motion. Like I said, make money while you're sleeping.
Yeah. Hey, Fast. So what have you learned coming from that and getting to the place where you're at now? What's your learning?
Great question, because I was just ready to elaborate on that. You got to think about it. If you're able to grow up in these type of environments and survive out of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if a person that never was in the streets, none of that. Just growing up, you can survive anywhere. If you can mentally click that in your brain and know that,
Mm-hmm.
and you have any type of dreams or ideas that you want to bring to fruition, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I got out of that environment. I realized if I can survive down here, the stuff that I was into, I can take that same thing and survive in any other type of environment. So it took me surviving.
You got,
you know what I mean?
That, put it into something else and still progress the way you need to progress.
Exactly. And I learned a lot about entrepreneurship because we've seen a lot of entrepreneurs. You know what I mean? It may not look like what people think it should look like, but that's what you saw.
I want to say something right there, and both of y'all kind of touched on a little bit. You know the richest thing you could give me, man?
What's that?
Information.
Absolutely.
I don't need nothing else.
Yeah.
Because, again, you're going to show me regardless. So if I'm paying attention to what that looks like, there's really no need to explain. Like, I get it. You ain't got to keep telling me. I know what it is.
Let me say this. I'm in the cut short.
No,
let me say this.
This is what
Can you imagine this, right? Dudes in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you did, you hustling. You the guy. You get the stuff. You go take it to somebody. You drop it off. Boom, boom. People get rid of it. Boom. They bring the money back. How? Boom. You keep repeating.
Yeah.
Why you can't do that with something else?
Right? That part.
Put that.
Why you can't?
Same energy.
Why I can't get a bunch of sweatsuits?
Same thing.
And I got to work. You know what I mean? I go drop it off and do. Stop looking at it as because it's a brand. It's the same thing. Sell it like it's yours. You get out there and do it. If people had that mindset, more people be successful. But we don't know how to transition from one thing to the next because first and foremost, we worry about what people thinking.
That part.
You know what I mean? Before I be broke,
now,
I'll go out
nowadays
on
it's like that. Yeah,
little grocery and sell waters if I had to.
Yeah.
No, really, I have done it.
No, I
I
know.
didn't have to. I've done different things because I be wanting to test
Yeah, see what it
the
look like.
land.
Yeah.
The land to feed you.
Yeah, of course.
If you really pay attention to the land to feed
Oh,
you
for sure.
every day.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If you sit there and think on them terms, but people
Yeah.
don't think on that level, they think on different levels. So
Yeah.
the land to feed you, man.
And I think that's dope you said that, because really coming from the mud that you come from and knowing a nigga like me that's seen it in real time up and close, because I shared a lot of those moments, to me it's crazy because that takes a lot of discipline, bro.
Yeah.
No, real shit. Because a lot of times, just say the incarcerated mind, where you go somewhere and sit down for a minute, but you still come home with the mentality when you got locked up. You feel me? It's a change game.
Yeah.
You got to see what the landscape look like.
Exactly.
Now you put your best foot forward to say, okay, damn, I still got some connects out here. Hey, Bills, what this look like? I might got something I can touch in order for us to make it go. But again, like I said, sharing that wealth, and really it's just like I said, going back to what I said, it's all information. And it's free. It's nothing. I ain't trying to hide it.
And that's why you said what you said about information.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Rich thing. That's why I said the bills earlier. Picking up the phone. You gotta pick up the phone with your folks.
Yeah.
Pick up the phone with your folks.
So,
Hey, if you got folks you're doing business with,
So,
pick up the phone and talk. Let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
It ain't gotta be nothing set up all the time.
uh-huh.
But every day y'all should check in because information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Factual.
Yeah, I'm giving you game and you ain't even paying for it.
You know what I mean? You may run across something that was information that he's been looking for.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's how me and my man were. You might tell me something, boy, and I'm like, I didn't know how to think of the process the way you broke it down. He broke down something to me. My man broke down something to me the other day that I was like, damn, I didn't see it that way. He was on my credit.
Mm-hmm.
But he started breaking it down on what to do. No, actually, you do this, X, Y, Z. We know most people say, you do this, you do that. They give you a little bit. And they're like,
Yeah.
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 And then sign up for my $150 a month. Masterclass.
See, the whole key to that, and it's funny too, because I got stories on that, and that'll be be on a whole nother.
That's only us,
yeah.
Give me $450. I'm gonna drag you on for
forever, because you're paying the interest back. You're paying the interest back.
This is a 6-month course. By the time 6 months,
no, that's
they
a fact.
made a stack off you.
Yeah.
Now, okay, you certified. Now you can go get.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the pile right after that.
You know what I mean? Information's free, but we also got to remember this too.
Free, yeah.
Information is free.
Yeah.
You can't get mad at people because people don't give you all the information.
Right.
Okay, you don't give them the information. Let me go and do my own research.
Yeah, you gotta go get that.
So a lot of us is lazy, especially in our community when somebody give them something all the time.
But here's the thing, though. I just think that's crazy too when you think about that in today's climate, though. Like, you got a whole phone that you could just ask Siri to Google whatever the fuck you need to know. That's just real. That's just real shit. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Listen, if I say Siri, teach me about X, Y, and Z, boom, so. Siri gonna pull up. I gotta read these paragraphs and all that.
Yeah.
Man, fuck, I'm gonna swipe through Instagram.
That'll teach you life, all right.
But am I lying though? It's sad that we laughing at it.
Yeah.
But for real, really, this is what people want.
Yeah.
Yo, and that leads right into our next question that I'm gonna ask you.
Just what you just said. That's
No, go ahead, Bill.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Oh, no, but that's why I was just
saying.
Rashad told me survival, man.
I was just talking to somebody about that. The same shit.
Yeah.
Instagram and everything.
Yeah.
Your head down so you can't really pay
Focus on the
attention
real
to
world.
what's going on.
No.
Because they think this is reality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's information, but sometimes you take it for what it's worth.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You still got to do some research. Just don't take just a clip of something and be like, okay, that was the whole story.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're like,
Yeah.
okay, but if it finds you interest, that's when you start doing the research.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's some things for different people, but it really sparks you.
Yeah.
So whatever sparks you, you're gonna look into it.
That's a
You
fact.
know what I mean?
And we talked
You
about
just
this in the
can't
back.
be bullshit, but you can't be bullshit either.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But like he said, we gotta communicate. You know what I mean? Talk. You feel me? Because like you said, you learn something new every day.
Oh, that's a
I'm
fact.
telling you, you never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
And I think really too, just like we talked about in the back, right? Like opening, that vulnerability of sharing that as we talked about the paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
Now it legitimizes those kind of ill will feelings because now we on paper together now, so it don't really matter. Because either way, whatever we break down, it was 10, 10, 10, 25, 20, whatever that looks like. But at the end of the day, it possesses us to do what we love doing without the stress of, damn, is this nigga really on board or not? Can I really count on him? Because I really don't know. We never did that legally together to know what that looks like.
Yeah.
So I think it just levels to everything, even with, going back to even having integrity for certain relationships, right? Like when you base that on where you come from, how you share, which I said, the information.
Yeah, yeah.
If you ask me a question, I'm going to share it with you, bro. If I can see a way for you to be able to handle something more efficiently and it helps you get the way you need to go, bro, I'm with you.
We got to realize, man, that they did a number on us.
When you say they, who you talking about? The mother folks?
Since slavery ended. I'm saying that because this is why it's a lot of mental, mental health going on. Like people messed up, right?
Yeah.
On top of that, we just don't trust each other, right? Because everybody's like all of us trying to be accepted by something else or someone else. And what that comes with that is like you get to a certain like money bracket or any type of status in life. Instead of us trying to come back and help each other and pull up the culture, you know what I'm saying? Bring more, create more generational wealth or whatever. We don't do that. We more so want to just kind of stumble over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got it. You don't.
Yeah.
If I had to learn this way, you gonna learn it yourself.
Yeah, you gotta teach one,
You know what I
man.
mean?
You gotta teach
And
each one, man. That's what it's about.
If we realize that, like,
Yeah, but
I'm thinking
Like,
like,
no,
I think like
here's the
that for a
thing.
reason because I mean, with my answer,
I gotta disagree a little bit there. Let me just say
get off
this,
that.
right? I think both of you gentlemen in your own ways are doing exactly what you're supposed to do. This dude was just in Connecticut doing a show a couple weeks ago. This man always doing something community-wise. And when I see these brothers move, they're, like I always say, pay attention. Because information is everything, right? Like, so how we did back in the day, in a certain way we moved, the things that we aspire to do. But like I said, everybody, you take a little bit from everybody, right? What that looks like, who you think can put you in the best position, not just for you, but now for your folks. So that's where that real generational wealth comes in. Fuck all the money, the car, all that shit come and goes. That's just part of the roller coaster you're gonna be on. But at the end of the day, sharing that knowledge and telling them what way they're supposed to go, how they're supposed to look, and not giving it some fluff, knowing you setting them up for failure. So to me, just what you building, what you're building, the way you're doing it community-wise, and leading into this next question, and y'all can only get this on Total Refined Entertainment, man. That's your boy E-Dubs. I'm always after dark.
Hello.
You know what I mean? Got my boy Bills from PIW in the building. Y'all see me with my man Ambassador.
There you know.
So listen, man. All right, next one, man. And I thought this was dope. What is your driving force behind the narrative of trying to change our urban communities? And what would be your ultimate goal for that? Like, as I see you said, I want to. What's driving you to do that? Like, what's giving you that energy to really want to give back to your folks that you kind of, people to this day still look up to you because it's, the roads you've traveled.
Well, the driving force is pretty much, it comes from the fact that I have the experience of going through the negativity and being incarcerated and, fighting for my life and so forth. And thinking that, what I was doing was the correct way and all that. So I feel like it's my duty, to anytime I can, school a young boy if I can, if you're going in the wrong direction,
Yeah.
Try to give him some knowledge, let him know that this is not it. And the more I'm able to talk to them, the more I can elaborate on why I'm saying what I'm saying and breaking it down and let them know that other people have agendas, right? And a lot of things that we was subjected to in our community growing up, as far as hustling and all that, was particularly the agenda of somebody else, another culture, right? And it was to destroy it. You know what I mean? But if you're the one that's, reaping the benefits from it,
it look different.
I'm getting money, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you really destroying your folks.
No, that's a fact.
You know what
That's
I mean?
a fact.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know it was hard. You know what I'm saying?
No, but that's like living hell on earth, though, bro. Because I got to see a lot of that. You feel me?
But I'm saying, we know the distractions was hard. And all that, whatever, but at the same time, it's the plan, man. I mean, I can't go on and on about it, but like even just the single parent home, my mom, she raised me by herself, me and my sister, right? My two sisters, right? How was she able to do that? Public assistance. What comes with public assistance? No man in the house.
Yeah.
Can't be there.
Yeah.
What that do? Breaks down the household.
Yeah,
Right?
facts.
You
fighting. No,
family.
You hitting the nail on the head. Yeah.
Then you go around, then the boy go out, he starts selling drugs. And so back to the same families that just broke down.
Ain't that crazy?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I could elaborate this to the young
you doing a great job of it.
I'm able to elaborate to each time when I talk to them, they will understand the whole agenda of the other culture. They want you to do that. Then you destroy the family. You destroy the family, what you have. A bunch of YNs running around here with no guidance.
No, bro, no, you ain't got to excuse. No,
so it's my duty to say that because I was a YN every time. I was a young nigga running around. You know what I'm saying?
So what I got to show for it? Coming from a person who already lived it, you know what I mean, or been through it and now can survive it. And I can come back and say, look,
listen,
say what you want, young.
But now on the flip side. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm trying to create my generation wealth. Whereas though I'm telling young boys, you might not be able to do it on the flip side.
Yeah.
Right. How many friends and family where we had that's not here?
Right.
Now I mean, are doing life in jail because they had to go through that first. Then. So I'm thankful to be able to try to do that. But if you listen, these young boys listen. No, get on it now.
Yeah.
Right now, like now, you know what I mean.
That when you like with us in buildings, now you sitting back, you know what I mean. You gotta figure out you do this, then you just.
No, if y'all listening, I love this. That's why I love this brother so much, man, because he's sharing so much knowledge right now with y'all. The game is airtight, and I say that because if you're really paying attention, he's telling you about self-wealth, building yourself to open up that gate, those floodgates for the community that you live in, because we've served it in a different way and we know what that looks like. So we just trying to implore y'all to do it the right way, man. It's so many different ways to do it. You got these two gentlemen, hardworking brothers, but they still implement their music to their everyday lives, and it's dope as shit because they both got new music out. Y'all need to go check it out. That's my man, Ambassador B.A.A.S.S. What is it? Come on, Bass.
B.A.A.S.S. _RG.
I told
That's on Instagram. That's why I said easy to just Google Ambassador RG. You know, you got to call me Ambassador, but it's Ambassador RG.
There you go.
Google it. Everything will show up. But yeah, it's about the community, man. It's about you know what I'm saying. You know. We seen these OGs when we was younger that used to tell us this and want to do this, do that. And we'd be like, I don't want to hear that.
And you're going to take to certain dudes because, again, like I said, they can show you better than they can tell you.
Absolutely.
And you look at...
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, because your OG is your OG, or people that you was just say your peers, and you just wanted to be in that genre of people because that's who you felt most comfortable with. And everybody's not built to be that person, but when you do become one of those individuals or chosen one, and you know God is giving you that ability to do certain things, then it's only right that you do it. Use it to the best of your ability because eventually, like I say, that karma going to shine through. Because he's never going to fail you knowing what you're trying to actually do because it's coming from your heart. This ain't some shit I'm just making at all. I love imploring to my folks that, I want to show us before I show anybody else. I don't give a fuck about no sponsorship. I care more about my community seeing like, E, you really trying to look out for motherfuckers that really come up with him. That part.
You know what? In a nutshell, man, the game is a trick. The street game, right? Whatever you're doing, you're shaking people down. I don't think it's a trick, right? My man wrote a book, How the Game Began. Check that out. Shakir Lawrence, How the Game Began, Section 8. It sounded like a typical urban book. Everything I was just breaking down. In that book, it blew my mind. I couldn't believe that he wrote that. You understand what I'm saying? You know, typically people write, boy, he wrote a book where you read it out, man, it's going to be action and all that. Straight. He's giving game.
Yeah.
on, no, this is what they want you to do. This is their agenda.
Yeah.
And he, oh man, we gotta get that book and read it.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Because I think, you know, sometimes we fail our community because people aren't willing to do what we're doing, right? Like, share that knowledge of what life, I'm telling you, what it looks like. I tell you, I'm no guru. I don't know every fucking thing. But one thing I do know is how to survive the fuck out here, bro.
You got to.
You understand? And y'all can take that whatever which way y'all want, but it's real talk because I sit amongst two people that have been in that same field of battle and knowing what that looks like in real time. And you got to be able to navigate that with that humbleness, but to the point where you know you standing on everything that you talk about. Ain't no shaking me down. No, this is what it is. I ain't got no reason to lie to you. So I say all that to say, you know, when you have these narratives that we try to kind of show our own community, and I always go to one of my favorite sayings, I can show you better than I can tell you, because the hustle is real. Yeah. No matter what platform that's on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's certain things I know in life I really didn't have to do, but I wanted to do it. You know, and like you said back there, it's the passion you got for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, are you really built to be able to do that?
You gotta have passion, man,
Yeah.
in order to do what you love to do. You know what I mean?
That part.
And then that doesn't become work. You know, it becomes your hobby. You get up every day doing it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you gotta have a passion, you gotta have a drive. Because it can be times that it's gonna beat you down and you're gonna feel defeated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
you can't teach you drive, though.
No, you can't. But actions speak louder than words.
That's what I say, but I always say.
So although
I can show you, yeah.
There's different ways of communicating. So if I can't verbally tell you, you're gonna see me move.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna make it just like how you said at that time you was influenced by what you was seeing.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. They can get influenced by another way on how we move too. You know what I mean? And they go, oh, shit, this motherfucker. Okay.
And let's be real, y'all.
They paying attention.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
You know what the influence is.
Right.
It's something.
It's something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you had already engaged them.
Yeah. And I wanted to just touch on that.
Paying attention. Slowly but surely, you know.
It's a, and that's what I don't think y'all realize. Like, y'all are fucking poets. And street poets at their best. So when I'm listening to y'all music, I'm visualizing what y'all talk about in real time. And the shit is crazy because that's poetry.
Hey, you know what though, E? With that, see, I was always like, when I write, to me, it will always have to make sense for me. You know what I mean? But also, like, I'm painting a picture with my words, so you can visually see this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love that shit.
You know what I mean? Intertwined with some real life shit, some, you know, metaphors and all that extras and everything. But for me, I think music is supposed to touch you in a certain way.
It should.
You know what I mean? So when I'm writing, it is not, how can I say it? It just comes. You know what I mean? Right. Nothing is intentional, but the way that you an artist, so you know, wherever that beat. Wherever that beat, you hear that, and wherever it takes you, you're gonna be like, okay.
Yeah.
And that's where your pen's out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, what you be hearing and shit like that, we just be on that like, and it be off of experience, what you've been through, what you've seen, you know, what you experienced. You know what I mean? It could be other people's story that you know that you close. Right. You know what I mean? So you just don't. But it's people can relate when they hear it, you know what I mean?
Watch this, y'all. So we back in the green room, and I said to both of them, I'm jealous because I love the music. I hear it. I live and breathe it.
Yeah.
But I can't lyrically come. I mean, I would never be able to do they rock with the mic. But it's just that, like, you know, when you see that in real time, man, and you feel that energy, like, I don't know what that high is like. But that's why I smoke weed with my God. But in any event, yo, that being said, we're gonna come right back to y'all. We're gonna spin the block. We're gonna get into that last question, which Bill just rolled off. We're going to talk about his music career. What entices him to still want to get out there and make music for his fans and all you people out there? So, man, listen, I'm your boy EDUB. I'm always after dark. Y'all see me with my man, B.A.S.S, and my man, B.A.A.S.S. We see y'all in a minute, man. Part 2, Total Refined Entertainment on YouTube. Listen, we ain't hard to find. I tell y'all every week. Hit that notification bell. What happens, Bills?
We appear.
Voila.
Okay.
All right, man, we out of here. Peace.